Alright, let us continue the case. Let's get Phoenix Wright acquitted. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Nope. Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Nope, I think she is the one who killed the dude and pinned it on you. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Okay. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse, really? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, why do you have on your... What is that? Freaking healing potion? Around his neck. One day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. Oh, what is that? She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She gave you that on the first day. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this, probably because it's some kind of evidence or something. She gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet, like your attorney's badge. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present, borrowed from Phoenix Wright. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Great. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright. The day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago. It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What happened? What's this? A newspaper clipping? Oh, let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? You think she killed someone here? Newspaper clipping added to the court record. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Crossbar. 1 second. Murder in the courthouse? Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Oh. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. After 8 months. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. Let's go. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes though. Longer? To be continued. Oh well, maybe I should have waited. Whatever, it's fine. Well, that is new. It's a new sound. Part 1-2 trial. Let's go. April 11, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. It's only me and him. We go mano a mano. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed a crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Okay. Oh great, she is wearing the umbrella and everything. Oh, look, butterflies. Wow. Everyone is stunned. But what's with this stiff silence? Because she's pretty, apparently. In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity just because she's pretty. I can't believe he actually said that. Great, he's also all weak. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. Great. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I am a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Good. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. Going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. We don't even know her name, occupation. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Okay. What I witnessed. Witness testimony. I had been planning to go back to Phoenix place after class was over. Okay. Me and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Right? Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Okay, well, no. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. Okay. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. There's an objection. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But, but I would never. Oh, that's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. She does smile. Hee hee. You haven't changed a bit. Oh, you know her. Mia Fey, we know each other. Wow. What's this? So, you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. 8 months ago, I'm guessing. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame, I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. What I witnessed. Cross-examination time. Let's do it. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Phoenix Feeney? Now, unless I am mistaken, Feeney, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I am in the literature department. I am studying Japanese Tenryu poetry. Oh ho ho ho! How wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Okay. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors, of course. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Good. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Hold it. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? She's crying. I would never eavesdrop. Oh, but you were. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Fey. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Great. Please go on. What did you see next? Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed, which is just wrong because he pushed it. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Leave it alone for now. I suppose her statement worked in our favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary. Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony. Why are you so surprised? That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. Hold it. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. So please forgive me. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. That's bad. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. Great. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. Hold it. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they are all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the lab, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance because the lights went out. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. Yeah, press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. Just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So, did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear, of course. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yep. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Just collapse, which is wrong, obviously. That's not what happened. On his own, yes. No one touched him. No contradiction. Slam. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's just drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Objection. Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Yep. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Yes, change my life. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. You didn't see him push. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. Really? Because there was a sound. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Okay. There were no sounds, she says, but that's obviously a lie. The umbrella will prove that. Oh, it's wrong. The witness's testimony just now is clearly contradictory, Your Honor. It could be. It has to be, right? I knew it. However, your evidence doesn't show whatever contradiction you think you see. Objection denied. Try to think it over again. Well, there goes a few points with the judge. Oh, we'll load back. No problem. Time control is very good. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting. Nothing unusual. New here. Pharmacology department students. They're off drugs. Stay on topic. Went to the labs. And didn't go. Some people entered. They knew what was going on. Press. How could they know what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure. It's just they all seem excited. Call the police. Yes, I was so panicked. Obvious lie. Protecting Matt. Dig deep and find it. I had been planning to go back. Anything new here? Art department. Pharmacology building. Literature. It's on the way. Okay, that's still unchanged. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Who is this Dougie person? Doug Swallow. Talking about? He doesn't know. Okay, and there's nothing else. We have his testimony, right? There was a loud sound. There you go. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. No, flick hair. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? Slam. If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Objection. Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. Objection back. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Ah! Got him. May I have a moment to answer? But by all means, judge will give you anything. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You had headphones on. See, the truth is... Yep. I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Does that really work? It'll make it softer, I guess. Hee 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 hee. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning, right? That could mean the freaking pole could have the wire could have broken because of lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with this witness's testimony. Well, what do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Everyone's shocked. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Not many. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Duck Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. One is like, whoa, everything's changing. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? You can't blame him for lightning. Alright, you did it, Mia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be taking the not guilty now if you don't mind. Oh, objection. I am hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Why didn't you give us before? Evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. Okay. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. on that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you are saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely, they lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. So you're suggesting that my client, Phoenix Wright, climbed up the pole and pulled out the cable? I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me. How would he do that? Is he Superman? Doesn't make sense. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. Okay, so now we know that. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Students' testimony added to the court record. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4/9 at 2:55 p.m. before. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. Yes, I do. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. That is why I am here. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Umbrella? Phoenix Wright's girlfriend? She cut the damn cables? We don't have any proof regarding that. How far back would I go if I messed it up? I don't think it's the umbrella. Like it fell and it broke. I think that's about it. And made a big noise. I think it was Dahlia. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor? No. I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well then, let's hear it. Oh, great. Please load back. It was lightning. You can skip through real fast. And then he's gonna laugh and be like, aha, we have a proof. Died as a result of electric shock from the power outlet. They were replacing it. Okay, and then we save here just to make sure. State its opinion. It can't be the umbrella, right? Nope, okay. Just trying. Well then, let's hear it. Perfect time to save. What caused the cable to break? Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? So it was not the umbrella, it wasn't this person. Was it Doug? No. I don't understand. Was it Phoenix Wright? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that he pushed him into a pole? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused a power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. No,
Objection!
the umbrella. I am afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. Nope. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then how could he have? Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. Ah, yeah. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Yep. Pushed him into it afterwards. Order. Order in the court. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant would have done it. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Yep, we gotta break her now. What I witnessed, part 2. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. Great. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. Now you're just saying he freaking killed him after trying to save him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. Nope. False. False. Extremely false. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for a second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Of course. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. That is just lies, because look at the timing. What I witnessed, part 2, cross-examination. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice, up from 0 to double. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Could you please forgive little old me? Of course, okay. Great. Of course he won't. What you read is called perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho ho ho. Okay, the judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. the first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Hold it. You are saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? Great. But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Great, of course. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. Hold it. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold. Wow, it's true. Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive of them killing each other. And what happened after that? Okay, we're just gonna move past it. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. Hold it. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madame Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? He shoved him. No. Oh, yeah. I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Yep. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. That is the contradiction right there. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Yeah, the timing is wrong. We can do it. We got it. Oh, I went too far. Save right here. What was the original color? I don't even remember the original. It was like it was blue, then it became red. Now it's like it's yellow. Alright, well, I present to you the victim's watch. You can see it's after 12.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. Less than a minute, huh? That's enough, witness. I am afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold, and you planted it there, lady. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Oh, yeah. The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Duck Swallow. It was you, lady. Oh, order in the court. This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Objection!
Objection again. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? It's her. There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? Yes, of course, it's her. It's finally time. This is the moment I have been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? Dahlia Hawthorne. Obviously. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How? How can you? Objection, of course. The defense is grasping at straws. Nope. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering for them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. That is bad. Order, Miss Faye. For what? I mean by Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Yep. Ah, she's breaking a bit. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge you are. It's me. I am saying hold it. Your Honor. So please, I have something I want to say. Achoo. You. What is it? Oh, great. Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You are totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, he couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah, achoo. Leave my Dolly alone. Achoo, cough. Alright, well, now that that's settled. Sigh, that boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Police report added to the court record. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Really? What's in it? Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Boom. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup, probably in that bottle. In this necklace bottle. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh, really? Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, Uh-huh. May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Sniffle. He's crying. That is I. Go right ahead. Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Duck Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. Was he figuring out what actually happened in this other case, the poisoning? I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, but please go ahead. How can you say that? I am absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. You put the bottle in his hand. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. Ah, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. Yeah, I don't know that. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. "8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet." Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. So further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Objection, no relevance. What could that possibly have to do with the case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then, the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, it's going down. Witness testimony, a much longer tutorial, huh? How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. Okay. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room. Okay, so she murdered him and then ran away, met this guy, gave it to him. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We are so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Great. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. The last line was said by him. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Alright. Now I met my Feeny. Cross-examination. Let's do it. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. Hold it. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I am ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. That is damn true. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. What the hell? It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. Hold it. The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room, giving testimony? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Keep pressing. This is important. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. Let's press that first. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeney is handsome. Great. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Objection. Why? Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. He's telling the truth. It was truly shocking. Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. Great. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeney. It comes from cow dung. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Hold it. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Objection again. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh, are you sure? Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her. Press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see. What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. He didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. And do it fast. That is where I gotta do it. Anyway, we'll save here. And I shall continue on in the next one. See you then.